Number one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep.
Heffron and Reep.
Rated number one podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for reals. It says it right here.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. You're tuned in to the number one show on the planet. The Heffron and Reep Show.
Welcome to the Heffron and Reep Show. I don't know why I start like this, John. I don't know. I might be retiring how I start this. Because I'm okay. Watching.
Yeah, I think we should come up with a real planned start instead of just making noises and trying to figure out buttons every time.
I think so because I watch stuff on YouTube and nobody else. Well, I do this for the people who are listening as like a podcast.
Yeah,
listening to it, right? Not just watching. Sounds what people are used to.
Yeah,
but I think it's waste of energy. I think we just do. I like the intro, like it gets me jazzed. Mm-hmm, like I get in show mood when I hear the song. By the way, you just told me right. Merry Christmas, John Reep.
Merry Christmas to you, John Heffron. I hope you had a good one. I did. And as people are watching or listening, I should just go ahead and say we are live right now. It's December 27th, Wednesday. You know, it's 7:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube. We're on 5 different pages. I see your comments over here. We're going to ignore the comments for 30 minutes, and then the last half of the show, we will address some of the comments. And, I could even read some of the comments from last week that just to let people know that we are paying attention to them as well. I could read just 3 random ones from last week. You know what I mean?
Why don't you? Because I'm a little gun shy in the sense of talking.
Well, let's get into that as well. Let me get these 3 out of the way, and then I want to address your gun shyness,
and then we'll circle back around to why. Okay, so
but before we even do that, John, where are you going to be this weekend? New Year's Eve gig, go
this weekend, starting Thursday through Saturday. Yeah, Cinnamon stage left. I will be at Charlie Goodnight's, which is in North Carolina, in the city of Raleigh, North Carolina. I am at Charlie Goodnight's. Come to that show, because that building's not going to be standing this time next year. There's no way. So coming to me probably for the last time at Charlie Goodnight's. I'll say that like that, because the way it is now. This weekend, Thursday through Saturday. I know, John, you're familiar with the area.
Yep, one of the best clubs, legendaries, been around forever. I got my start there, but he's right. I just performed there. Had the same thought. Might be the last time I ever perform in this building because they're going to relocate. So go see John Heffron. I'm calling all of my North Carolina. I'm using all of my NC State powers to get people to show the love to John Heffron in Raleigh this weekend. Now, I need John Heffron to use his California powers to get people to come see me New Year's Eve at the La Jolla. Yeah, La Jolla Comedy Store.
La Jolla?
La Jolla. Yeah, not the Texas one where there's border problems. Because how many times have you seen that on the news? Oh, La Jolla. And I'm thinking, what's going on? That's not the La Jolla I know. The good one in California, Comedy Store. I'll be there.
Such a good one. And where you're going there in La Jolla, that's from the Pink Panther. They that place should have a sign when you go in there. World's greatest breakfast places. You know how most cities you go to, you go and you have dinner. For some reason, that town, all next to your hotel, they have these places that are only open from 7 a.m. to 10:30, and then they're closed, and you can't get into them. There's lines, and it's only breakfast.
Yeah,
that's what's one of the awesome things about it. And you get the added bonus of it smelling like seal poop.
Right. But it is some of the best breakfast burritos I've ever had on that one street. And I would bounce. I've stayed during football season and stayed on the Sunday just to hit those brunches, dude, with the Bloody Marys and all that jazz. So yes, come see us on the road, Raleigh and La Jolla, California, Heffron and Reep. All right, here's some comments from last week. Dash Man, I know this guy, Dash Man. He's in Nashville. He says, I'm all over that, dude. Remember, we were talking to John Schneider last week?
Yes.
And we started talking about lunch boxes.
Yes.
And collecting stuff. You got your comic book collection. He said, I'm all over that, dude. I'm constantly searching eBay for certain toys I used to have. I had a principal take away a ninja star from me, and he kept it and stuck it to the wall behind him. And my friends would get in trouble and come out of the office and tell me that they saw my throwing star. Like the dude framed his throwing star or something.
Oh, okay. So I have to interject, even though I'm doing something that I told myself I would no longer do, which is talking too much and interrupting you. However,
I was done. That's perfect timing.
I just sent Alan a picture just only because you said childhood toys. And I literally sent this to him to go, and maybe before you bring this up. So this is perfect timing.
Oh,
okay?
Funny.
For the lady we're about to talk about and some other people. This is why I'm stopping John Reep from talking. We're going to circle back around to why I'm so insecure about that. So
yeah,
I was on eBay and I was looking for Michelle for a Christmas gift. And she was a big fan and read every how do you say, with my speech thing, Agatha Christie, like the author.
Yeah.
So I found her every Agatha Christie paperback book. And so I got that for her for one of her Christmas gifts.
Oh, wow.
Every book that she ever read, those little things. But then, so behind me, you can't see, but on the locker, I've literally rebought top 5 of every childhood toy that I ever had, right? Just kind of randomly. Grover means something. There's some breaking people up there. There's a Spider-Man action figure. But there was this thing that I wanted so bad when I was in second or third grade. Obsessed. And every time my grandma drove anywhere, I would make her go to Kmart, and then I would go look at the watch. And I would just like put it on and I'd look at it. I don't know what the watches cost back then, right? This is 70s and I'm a little kid. I'm full on because I'm in elementary school because this watch eventually gets taken away from me from one of the teachers. So then my grandma puts it on layaway. Remember that, like old school? So they'd go and it was like the worst because if you don't know what layaway is, they would take whatever thing and they put it on a shelf. And every week, if you had cash, you'd come in and you I want to put $10 down on whatever you just set aside.
Yeah.
Like crazy before like credit cards.
Before credit cards and ATMs.
So my grandma puts this thing on layaway. And again, I don't remember the price, but it was probably expensive for a second or third grader asking for it. So I'm bouncing around and I don't even know the name of it. I'm like, wonder what that watch is. And da-da-da-da. And I start typing watch that makes Twilight Zone sound. Cause that right at the top of the hour, it'd go do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And that's the noise that ends up getting it taken away from me, foreshadowing or whatever. But it also played a form of Space Invaders.
Okay. So
you could move your shoot guy and then hit a button and it would shoot at the flying saucers coming.
Right. Yes.
Dude, so it's like literally it probably wasn't the first Game Boy or portable video game, but it had to be close. So anyway, I found it and I just kept staring at it going, do I want to spend this much money on this thing? It doesn't even come with a box. Somebody had it one in a box, but I'm like, da. And then I laid in bed. I'm like, this thing brought me so much. I don't think I let go of it. It got taken away for a little bit, but I got it back. So then I just pulled the trigger.
Yeah, you got to.
And I don't know if Alan ended up getting the picture of it. Maybe he did. Do you remember that?
This.
Dude,
Space Attacker.
So it works, right? Everything on it works. The guy.
I remember this.
Yeah, dude. So I bought that and I'm wearing it as a watch. Like I have my tag. I have some really expensive watches. That's going on my wrist. So even seeing that, I was like, you know what? That brings me back memories of my grandma, Kmart, going back, like all this stuff. I'm like, the circle is complete. I've officially bought back everything I want in my childhood, except for maybe a Steve Austin guy. But
that is awesome.
But
is that teacher who took it from you still alive?
I don't remember. I think it was a sub because it played the Star Trek theme and the Twilight Zone.
That's awesome. You know how I remember is that spaceship, the design of the ship. I remember like I just got flooded with memories as well. And it's got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I remember having to set that thing when you first get it, like trying to get the date just right.
Yeah.
It would take forever to get that.
So, you know, I've stopped. Like I'm more of an adult now. I'm like, I don't want to waste money, but the money.
How much does that thing cost you, dude?
I don't know if I should make you guess.
Yeah, make me guess. Okay. All right. So you just bought it off eBay or Amazon?
Off eBay. Pretty clean. You know, it is what it is. It has scratch mark.
I'll go for
comes
nostalgia. Go ahead.
It comes with a book, but that's it though. Completely working 100%, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Where was it shipped from? Just curious.
In the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
By the way, so I searched for that, right? And couldn't find, I only found one other one online. So that either means nobody gives a shit about it, right? And it's worth thing. Or if you find one, you hold on to it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that would increase the value in my brain.
Yeah. So did I?
I'm gonna
send Alan one more.
You're gonna send him. Okay. So you're sending Alan another picture of this watch?
Because it adds to the story. And again, I'm breaking what that lady said about me talking too much. So then I had to look up. Alan can say, so kind of memorize this picture. Alan's going to get another picture of the. Okay. I just sent you another one, Alan. So then there were two. And I probably spent 2 hours, minimum of 2 hours, trying to recall a memory from second to third grade to figure out which one was the correct one. Because there were two versions. Oh, so they had the original, and then I think somebody ripped them off, or whatever. You'll see when the other one comes up. See that one? Yeah, that's the original. That picture, believe it or not, is different than the other one that I showed you. The other one had another name, where that Nelsonic. Yeah, it had. See how that says trademark Space Attacker? See how that one doesn't have any trademarks, and it's in Ingersoll. So I actually went with that one, the trademark one. Okay. Because who knows? At this
it's point, so close. Right. Yeah, the only thing that's different is kind of the gold trim at the bottom where the launcher demo fire buttons are.
Yeah. So I didn't know. So I ended up getting that one. But so price wise.
Well, that being said, the fact that someone tried to rip it off. All right,
I've only found two online.
Well, I'm going to say that was $57.50.
That the thing I bought on eBay?
Yeah. Or $5.12.
What?
No, I'm going to say $53. Just because of nostalgia purposes. I know it's not worth that.
I know Alan doesn't like to jump in, but I feel almost like I need one other guess.
Yeah. Go ahead.
To compare to see if you're way far off, if you're dead on.
Yeah.
Or we wait, John, and we go to the comments a little bit later. We just use that as a teaser. It can,
Okay.
I can move on.
I bet you pay more than $50 for it. I bet you were close to 100.
Wow. Okay.
That's my guess. I'm going to go ahead and go an even 100.
Lock in with 100. All right, John, maybe a little bit later then. We'll go and I'll tell you the price. I'll tell you the price a little bit later on in the show. Stay tuned.
Oh, I love it. Okay, good. Well, let's read the next comment. This one was from Andy Gunnan. He said, I thought this was funny, circling back to you being gun shy and everything. This guy, Andy Gunnan, said, Reep specifically said, focus on the guest, Heffron. So I found comic books. I thought that was funny. That was hilarious. Jake Cooper, Reep, did you have Boudin balls in L.A.? I don't know what this is. I don't know what it means. Boudin balls in L.A. I don't know if he means Louisiana or Los Angeles. It sounds like a French Cajun word, so maybe he means Los Angeles. That was by Jake Cooper. And Jake, if you're watching us today, again, please leave in the comments section what you meant by Boudin balls. I have no idea. And I don't remember what we talked about specifically that led to that comment. You know what I mean? Do you remember anything that would have
nothing? No.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. Those are comments from last week. And even if we don't get to what you're saying today, there's a chance I'll read it next week. So, encouraging you to leave comments and be interactive. Okay.
So I watched our podcast it came up as the recommended when I go to YouTube. Because I watch podcasts kind of, or the clips of other people's podcasts. And I saw it was me, you, and John Snyder, who spells his name John. Boy, do his fans get pissed when you write Jon. People lit us up because we didn't spell his name correctly.
Oh wait, did we misspell his name?
Yeah. And his well, some of his fans thought we should be more professional and kind of know what our guest. And then I replied to one going, well, it was from John's studio. Whoever typed it was probably spelled the word John, Jon, a million times a day.
Yeah.
Working for Jon. So I could see where.
Yeah.
I could see where the thing happened. But
I didn't even see that. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny, accidentally or on purpose, that the biggest star in this podcast, we misspelled his name. I think that's hilarious. I think that's a funny thing. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like this new guy, I never heard of him. Is John?
Well, so when I watched it on YouTube, and then I don't realize if I talk too much, I don't realize it because I think I'm a good storyteller. I'm good at teasing. There's not a person listening now that's not curious about the price of that watch. See what I did? That's just me. That's just me just knowing how to do this. But every time I would fast forward through our interview with him, I would always stop on me rambling. Like I never just randomly was he just kind of telling a story. But after watching a second of it, I realized this, and I wish I would have said this to him. I know he's been in other shows and he does whatever. He's got CBD and what are those called? Sheds and stuff like that. But I was when I would watch actors back then, that's why when Star Wars was so good, I never looked at anybody as an actor. Like I never in my brain thought this is a movie or TV show and this person is playing the part of. They were just that person.
Right.
He's one of those guys. I think that's why people, obviously he's an actor. You look back, he had a role. But when I was a kid, I was like, no, that's who that is.
That's Bo Duke. That's all he'll ever be in my brain because that's how you first saw him. And that happens to me. There are people who just say Hemi guy, and that's all they know. And I will always only be the Hemi guy. I'm like, you guys don't understand. I've done a lot of random. Yeah.
I saw somebody, some of the comments, and I don't think they were joking. They were like, now the Hemi guys, I forgot what kind of new car you have.
Honda. Yeah.
Yeah. They get listen.
100%. I've addressed this many times. I am a gun for hire.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a character from Yellowstone. You pay me, I'll show up. I'll be a day laborer for any company you want.
Where'd you get that? Where'd you get your Honda?
Oh, I got a Hendrick Honda Hickory.
Hendrick Honda
of Hickory. Are you in the market for a new car? Well, go down to Hendrick Honda Hickory. They'll hook you up. They'll even give you a hamburger and a hot dog at Hendrick Honda of Hickory.
Yeah. Hey, John, that sure is a nice vehicle you have. I probably can afford one of those.
Whoa, hang on a minute. They got great deals down there at Hendrick Honda Hickory. They'll finance you. They'll hook you right up. You'll drive. You'll sign and drive.
That's my favorite thing to do. We've talked about it before, but on if you watch any news, there's like these like old people commercials. And I know we've talked this, but now I'm obsessed with like if I see one person in one of those commercials, it's like the same guy's like killing it as I'm holding back a sneeze. Some dude's crushing it in like the 60-year older male commercial, like that. It's always like the jitterbug phone, whatever that pill is to make your memory back is a new one that's always on consumer, whatever. It's this guy. We've talked about him where his wife is on the phone and he's just next to her and he's like. Just like
he can't be still. He's acting his ass off. He's like, you know what I mean? He's only got one line, maybe, but he knows camera's going to be on me the whole time, and I better be a very good listener and be nodding, and just can't even be still, even if there's nothing going on.
And they always wear in those commercials. They have like you can tell they're brand new T-shirts and a button-up shirt like this, but they're like brand new. You know how brand new shirts suck? Yeah. Like they look weird. They have a crease right down the middle where they were taken out of the package.
They just unfolded it. The wardrobe department literally just opened it up.
And they always wear like khaki pants from Express or Men's Express Men. I hate that store, but that's like the store they always because the colors are plain. But that guy actually gives me hope to know that there's like you could have a second career. Like I could age into that guy. I mean, he's probably only 9 years older than me. I could start crushing it in local Detroit commercials for that age. I don't know why I'm not. But there's this other guy who his commercial I think is for like Midas or something. And he's walking through the garage and there's people they're fixing cars. He's like, when you come to Midas, but the whole time he's walking and he literally has a clipboard. He hands it to somebody and keeps walking. I'm like, that guy's killing it in the Don't Stop Walking doing commercial. And then I saw him in another commercial, had nothing to do with cars. He's walking. Like that's his hook.
That's a skill.
He like knows how to walk and just the whole time giving the info. Like he's nonstop.
Have you had to do that in any kind of acting gig where you have to walk and talk at the same time? It's so strange and weird because there's a fine line of walking too fast. You always walk too fast. They'll tell you that, like, slow down. The camera guy's walking backwards, so this is, and then you start walking too slow. And then it's like, no. And then you don't know what to do with your arms because you're not used to doing that pace. Right. It's a weird thing to do. There's a guy on Fox News who does one, Sebastian Walker. Oddly enough, his last name is Walker. Yeah. And he's a British dude. And he goes, my name is Sebastian Walker, and I couldn't get out of bed until I started taking these pain pill, whatever it was. And he's walking real slow like a robot. And it's like in my brain, I'm going, Sebastian Walker is talking and walking.
Yeah, you think like that technology, they couldn't green screen it where you're just on a treadmill and you're not physically going in. I did a show, I think for VH1 a billion years ago for Gene Simmons. It was like a record. We were a record company. And it was just about that. It was kind of before a lot of dramedies, took place in the work. But I remember having to do that where I walked through and then somebody grabbed my shirt from the back and bunched it up and was holding it and almost pulling me back because I was just, I don't know how to act. And you think I'm hyper now. Imagine when I was 20, I'm like, we'll do this whole scene in 5 and they were literally holding like a bungee cord. So that way I wouldn't.
That's so funny.
I wouldn't hit the guy.
Hilarious.
But
there you go. Hey, here's I want to throw this word at you.
Okay.
Deja fru. Huh?
Deja fru.
What is deja fru? That's the word of today. It's a feeling one gets when a fruitcake seems similar or familiar. A wave of deja vu came across her when she opened the gift basket and saw the fruitcake. Today is National Fruitcake Day. Just thought I'd throw it out there. Are you excited for Fruitcake Day,
Dude? So
I can imagine you. I can't imagine you enjoying a fruitcake.
When I hear something weird, and I'm not lying, people won't understand this. This doesn't mean I'm not American. I had a bite of my first apple pie on Christmas, because I don't try. I don't try anything.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't a food choice when I was 12, it locked in a time capsule. I'm not changing it up.
Yeah, so
not
funny.
changing it up. So even though I'm a sweet thing, I've just never had that in a form. And Michelle's mom bakes and how do you not eat it? And then they were like, how have you never had apple pie before? It's almost like if you hear somebody goes, I've never seen Star Wars. You're like, what? Right. I never saw any of the Godfather movies. So then, and it's kind of a joke that I don't try new things. So everyone knows that. So then they're trying to decide, do I eat the piece of the apple pie just straight up, or do they go whipped cream ice cream?
Ooh, a la
and
mode.
then have the whole, so you get the whole experience, or it's like us. We were just talking about Yellowstone. You go back and watch the prequel first, and then do you have the flat, just the apple pie alone?
Mm-hmm.
And I said that weird, alone, or do you? So I went all in, dude.
Yeah, you got to go. For you, knowing you, I would have said give him that scoop of ice cream or whipped cream, just in case he needs a chaser or something. Right. You know what I mean?
Dude,
give him something he kind of already likes. It's great. I mean, I'm sure if Michelle's
I know that sounds so dumb. Where I'm like, have you had this new thing? What you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about NFTs? No, this apple pie. Dude, I'm obsessed with NFTs. We have so much to Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
I
just did word of the day. I'm gonna do something. Okay.
Yeah. Well, should I be quiet while you're doing it, or should I say something?
I had these cards I got in my stocking that are really cool. Okay, here's one. Okay. All right, pull two. I'm going to give you two. Okay. This is
a card game that you got in your stocking?
We're just all over the place, but that's why people love the podcast, except for when I'm talking. We'll talk to you.
I'll be an active listener like the old actor guy.
Okay. Perform a song. So I'm going to make you sing it.
Okay.
Or hum it. I'm not, perform a song your mom used to play when it was time to clean up the house. I know exactly which one I would think for my mom.
Okay, hang on.
I don't. If I had sound effects, I would be putting music button on it.
Ready?
Perform a song.
Yeah. 9 to 5, baby.
That's
9 to 5. My mom's a huge Dolly Parton fan. And we would listen to in the morning. I knew on Saturdays as a kid growing up, I had to help clean the house. And so we would jam Dolly Parton, Elvis Presley, or Barbara Mandrell.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Do you, mine would be my mom, Michael Jackson, Rock With You.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Rock with you
all night, you in the sunlight.
I need to hear that song with vacuuming. Vacuum would make me. So there's that. By the way, in the comments, we'd love to hear yours. What song pops into your head? God, I have so much. here's one more, and then we'll get back to previously scheduled. I could guess this one. This one, okay. Hardly home, but always reppin'. It could be reaping. Literally, look.
Wait, what's the question?
But hold on, it's not going to focus. Look what that says, dude. It says,
I can't read that at all. It's too bright. The card's too white.
Reaping. Hardly home, but always reaping. Dude, you should use that as like a segment on Country-ish, which I know that lady likes better than Heffron and Reep. Okay,
well, let's get into that.
We're gonna talk about that. But you should use hardly home, always reaping. Have you ever like used that phrase, always reaping?
No, reaping. Yeah, I've
repping. I guess it is. But perform a song that represents your city or region. I know one you're gonna pick.
Carolina on my mind. James Taylor is a big one. Going to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina.
I thought you were going to say Wagon Wheel.
Oh.
I thought you were going to do Wagon Wheel, but I don't know how you guys feel about that. You might hate it.
I think there's tons of cities that could claim it because there's that one line in there at the end where he's naming all the different cities. But Raleigh is in the – yeah, no, you're right. He says Raleigh's not where I grew up. But, yes, I do think of – when I think of Wagon Wheel, Raleigh does pop into my brain. So you're not off. You're not off there. John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads. These are just things that pop into my brain as I'm thinking about going back to Hickory. Yeah. Run DMC.
Mine would be perform a song that represents your city or region. I would probably say just a small town boy living in a Detroit. Or you'd have to go Eminem, Lose Yourself, I kind of feel.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Or Kiss, Detroit Rock City, but I don't know which one of those three.
You got so many.
Would be more of a,
What about Kid Rock?
Does he have? He's got that north, but if you went across the range where like you ask almost any age, it would have to probably be Journey, I guess.
Are they from there?
No, they just said born and raised in South Detroit, which is Windsor, Canada. Actually,
yeah, I heard an interview one time or saw an interview that he was talking about like it just sounded better to say South Detroit. It's not even a real thing.
Yeah, it's Windsor. Or I don't know if that's how Kiss came up with Detroit Rock City. I don't know. Maybe just Detroit sounds cool.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones. Real quick before we move on, I would like to ask the Alan Jackson a question. I've noticed ever since I said we're ignoring your comments for 30 minutes that people have literally stopped. I don't even see people accidentally talking. Now, do I need to hit a separate button? Did I do something? Did I do that?
There are definitely comments. There are comments being made. You just may need to scroll down. Are you not seeing them?
I'm scrolling. The last one I saw says hi from Zach Hamilton at, I don't know. Maybe I got froze. I'm afraid to hit any kind of refresh button.
That's okay. I'll come in there and take a look.
All right. And as you're doing that,
John,
we can talk about. No, go ahead.
Do you want me to read the few that I've seen?
Sure.
Missy with how I can't say people's last names. Theme from WKRP in Cincinnati. Bob Hayes, one of the biggest ringworms, Never Gonna Stop by Ozzy. Never Gonna Stop by Ozzy is an all-time favorite of mine. Bob, did you answer is that from your region though? Because that's what we said. We're talking songs from your region.
Yeah.
Not my favorite songs. These are just songs that remind you. It's Shane Flitt, Okie from Muskogee.
Oh, yep, that's a good one. If you're from definitely Muskogee. Yeah.
Mark Hunt, Gloria. See, people only have to listen.
Wait. Mark Hunt's a friend of mine.
Yeah, we.
And I want to
He never got poisoned. I thought I poisoned him when we went to that show.
I think it's done something to his brain.
I did the handshake thing.
Yeah.
And
something happened. Yeah.
Something did.
He's totally different.
I spent a lot of money on that, and I never heard a story. I never heard he got sick or nothing. So
it makes it to where he doesn't listen to your full sentence. Like he tunes out halfway during it. Because Gloria, yeah. I think you got your number. That has nothing to do with Hickory or North Carolina whatsoever, as far as I know. But perhaps he can enlighten us in the comments section. Mark Hunt, please and thank you. Let's talk about the lady who kind of went after you a little bit, and then I did come to your aid towards the end, but I kind of enjoy people picking on you a little bit because it's fun. You're my friend, and I like busting balls and stuff. But why don't you start? What from what you remember?
No, you should. I think you should read what you were defending me because you didn't know that I had prior.
Yeah,
I had a prior, so you can. Yeah.
So on Twitter, just right before we went live, and I remember this lady sending me this question on Twitter, and I purposely didn't respond or hit like for a while because I wanted it to sit there for a minute and let John stress out. But she said, this lady named, and God bless you, Rosebud. I'm happy you listened.
Yeah. Rosebud,
I'm so thankful for all of our listeners. Every one of you. So thank you.
We're just having a good fun.
This is just funny to me.
It's just fun. Just so grab one of your 11 cats and just go, we're just joking.
We get new people coming in all the time because I'm on the road. I'm talking about this on stage. I'm talking about country-ish. I'm talking about Heffron and Reep and how we have the best 2 podcasts according to the World Podcasting Federation. So maybe that some people don't know the history of us. You know what I mean? And they don't know. Anyway, she said, this is the one I saw. She says, at John Reep, talking to me, John Heffron told me the reason you are quiet on the Heffron and Reep show is because he asked you to be. What? The only reason I watch is because of you. I never even heard of him. Do I need to only stick with country-ish? And then I replied, yes, I do a lot of the talking on country-ish. So I asked him to talk. I meant to say take the lead on Heffron and Reep. He's a great comedian, and I love the way his mind works. Keep watching and you'll see. He's great. So, yeah. But I don't know the history of that.
So
part.
she was on Facebook. I was going through because I was deleting comments because I had one of those people who are pretending to be you, and then
right,
and then they go underneath everybody and says, "Hey, DM me," and then they think it's you, and then they're hackers, right? So I was battling. I was just like trying to ban a user and telling everyone, "Listen, I wouldn't ask for a DM. There's this guy pretending to be me." So then I came across hers, and she said, I prefer country-ish. She likes how you talk, and she would like me to talk less, right? Was her original sentence. Right. So I replied to her and said, I asked John to talk less. Then I forgot, I can't read I can't find the thing, but then I go, but unfortunately, I had to bring up a lawsuit and I won. So per the attorneys, John Reep only speaks his allotted time during the podcast. I go, but enjoy country-ish.
Yeah,
that's all I said.
That's funny.
Right. So then
that's a comedian having a funny thing to say.
And then she just thought that I literally sued you to get more airtime.
Right. Rosebud, God bless you.
Yes, Rosebud. Just John is a great guy to listen to country-ish. Listen,
Oh, it's funny. As we're talking, I get it. This is 50 minutes ago, but we've been talking for a minute. Replying to me, she said, I'll take your word, but it's still you I'm coming to see. Thanks, John. Stay sweet. Hi to your fiance, Rose _ Bud 103. Well, God bless you. Listen, stick around. Heffron's going to wear you down. You're going to he'll slowly get into your brain. Right now, you're probably thinking, how much is that damn watch? Well, he's not going to tell you to the end.
No.
Maybe he'll tell you next week.
Here's the deal, Rosebud. What happens is if you were to listen to John talk for an entire hour nonstop for whatever subject, your endorphins would be at such a high level of just excitement and happiness. So what I'm here to do is I pace you, Rosebud. I'm here to interrupt John, just so almost like if you're eating nonstop and you have to look at a kid and go, slow down, breathe in between bites. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm a side mint to have you enjoy Reep more.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, John's a pro. He knows what he's doing.
Although, what were we talking about right for music or people not liking me? So I get on stage. I was in Cleveland at Hilarities this past weekend. Shout out to Hilarities in Cleveland. Literally one of the greatest clubs. How they treat you from the second you walk into that place, from the food, from the hotel, to how nice the staff is. It's great. Right. It's just unbelievable. So I'm in a great mood. There's a Christmas tree on stage. I get on stage. I say something, and then I jokingly will try to offend the crowd. Right. I go, hey, you guys sound great for a first show Saturday. And then I start talking. I go, wait a minute. If you don't identify as a first show Saturday, if you guys are a more of a group or a thing, I apologize. And then I do this whole thing about how people get canceled now. And I wish comics could cancel tables, because it's not fair that the audience just gets to go, I don't like what that guy's saying, and then ruin his entire career, where you as a table, if you're loud, you should be canceled and be like, it could go either way. So I go, but here's the deal. And however I said it, I was just in a mood. I was just in a fun, playful mood. I go, I don't talk about race, religion, or sex on stage. So I'm probably not going to get canceled because I'm vanilla. I'm right down the middle. I'm a distraction comic. I'm not here to change minds or worldviews. I go, I'm the Matchbox 20 of comedy. I go, if I'm on, you're probably just going to leave me on because you don't hit me enough to change the song. Right. But I'm not going to make your top 10 list of the whatever. But deep down, you really just like what I put together. And I literally do a joke. And then I start talking about people eating loud and how there's a beautiful chandelier at this club. I'm like, I wish if you were eating loud, lady, I wish that chandelier would just fall and just crush you. And I did some Phantom of the Opera thing. So then there's a table that keeps talking. Right. So then I would go listen, and we're all out and we've stuck inside for 2 years. Some people are just feral. And just don't know how to act in public. But every time I would say something shitty, I would point at this table. Right. And then I would go on with and then I would talk about something. I go, the things that bug me are if you go to a comedy club and you talk, you're stealing money from, and I'm pointing at the thing. I go, probably means you're really uneducated. It's probably a thing. I probably guess how many child toys are in your front yard because your kids are fucking maniacs and you don't know how to. You had your first, I was littered, but every time I do it, I would point at this table, and I was so mad at him because this comic, a really good friend of mine who opened for Matt Bergman, he sells merch after the show, and he does it from a bit that he does, and this lady fucked up that bit. Right. And then I knew, listen, it's Christmas, and that's how he probably makes more money selling merch than he's making at the club. And she just wrecked it. Ugh. So then they were talking about where I said to her, I go, I don't know why you guys are talking. It's weird. There's 400 people in here. Nobody feels the need to be. Yeah. And you just stole money from so I don't understand why you guys are here. I go, you're like a super spreader. In order for all of us to be healthy, this is not, and then I started talking about this isn't a healthy, this is toxic. I started getting way woke on purpose.
Okay.
So then I pointed, I go, for 8 minutes, every shitty thing I've said about people who are dumb, uneducated, don't know, I've been pointing at you, and it just went over your head. I go, you're literally, I'm lobbing shit at a 6th grade level. Going, they've got, and you're still, I go, you were no clue. You were homeschooled, and I was it takes a lot for me to get mad, but this table was just so dumb, literally just so dumb. Okay. So then this guy asks if the guy sitting at the table who is obnoxious and his wife, who's probably from her voice, started smoking at 7.
Right.
I don't know. I'm swearing because I'm getting mad. She's a 58-year-old lady wearing an Eeyore sweatshirt. Stop. If you're a grown woman, you should not have Disney sweatshirts. You look silly, says the guy who buys toys and kid watches. But I can tell if you have an Eeyore sweatshirt with SpaghettiO stains. I know what your trailer looks like. I know what your kid's probably been arrested 5 times. Like I get it. I get who your thing. Just shut up, right? Like you can be those people and contribute, but like be low, awesome. Like so. I go, you guys are you not aware that you're? Oh, so then I move on, and now everybody in the show is doing that turnaround and look back move.
Yeah.
Right. And then I said something. I'm like, is there any way we can get the new Corona variant to get this table right now? Look at them. I go, none of you are healthy enough to make it through it. Look at that. Right. So,
oh my God.
Then I was so right. So then it was hard.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I'm loving this, by the way, and I don't want to stop the train. How many people are at this table?
It was big, 6 probably.
Okay, and where in the showroom are they? Would people have to turn around to see them?
2 tables back, almost like the worst place you could be. Center of attention, and the dude in I just saw this mammoth dude in this flannel shirt. Like he was taken up. He looked like he looked huge. But then the whole time I'm on stage, I'm guessing. Is he just this big roid monster? Because I don't see his waist.
Yeah.
Or is he 400 pounds?
Right.
Like, I'm not afraid of those guys because I can get away from you. I'm not going to stand and throw bombs with you if you're that big. But I know how to, right? Like, I'm only afraid of guys that are about 130 pounds. Those guys are the scariest guys because you're not going to get them off you. You're not going to outrun them. It's a thing. Big dudes are easy to fight because they got a couple moves. They're headhunters and they try to Hulk smash. It's easy to deal with them. So the guy goes, so my act couldn't be more non-political. Mm-hmm. He said something about being vaccinated, of course. Okay. Right. Cause that's a thing we do now. So I go, what? Why are you talking? I go, I'll talk to you for let's give you 2 minutes. I go, and this might be the most you've ever been heard in your entire life. Cause that's what I think about this table. You have jobs, you have family members that don't listen to you because you're not relevant to conversation, to your job. You're not right. So then the dude goes, what, he goes, are you vaccinated? He asked me that. I go, it's none of your business. He's like, well, you shouldn't be. And I'm literally not talking about vaccinations. I'm talking about whether you're being loud or not. And I go, listen, dude, I would never tell you to wear that dumb shirt out in public. How about you not tell me what to do with it? And then, so then another guy. Now this is where it gets crazy. Like when you're talking to one heckler and then a sniper heckler comes from nowhere. And you're like, what the right? So I'm all this guy, and I'm watching to see if the table gets up and just beats me up. Right? Yeah. This guy goes, don't get the vaccine. You don't know what's going in your body. Mm-hmm. Right. So now we're talking about vaccines.
Okay.
I look at that guy. I go, literally, not a conversation I'm having tonight. There's enough people that have this conversation. Go listen to Rogan. Go watch the news. They get all your vaccine talk you could ever want from there. I go, but listen, I did ecstasy through the 90s. I'm not afraid of any random thing going into my body. I go, the stuff I've bought in a bathroom stall in my early 20s. Right. Now I'm worried that's coming out of it. Like, seriously. And then I go, I'm 52. Look at my shoulder. I go, I have a circle with like 5 dots. We're the same age. Do you have a smallpox?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Do you have one?
I don't have one. I actually got smallpox, chickenpox, but I've seen those. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a brand. Yeah. I have a brand on my shoulder. My back fat kicks it up, but it's a circle with like 5 dots on it. I go, I got that. I'm not afraid of a little insulin needle. Suddenly I'm like, Sebastian, I'm not afraid. You guys afraid of what's a needle? Afraid of a needle. You just walk in, you just get the shot. And then you take the shot. So we go off on that. And then here's where I just got so pissed. He said something about following me home. Right. So now we moved on. Oh, so then I'm doing an old bit. Now I'm lost. Right. I've forgotten all my new material, like whatever I was talking about. Now I just easily distracted. So I do young guy start talking to him. That's a way for me always to reset. I started doing this old 80s church bit I do where I do lyrics from 80s songs and I pretend that we're at church. And I do this. And you might have some friends that want to have fun tonight. They might want to Wang Chung tonight. And then I go, you can never be too shy, husha. And then I looked at the kid and I go, that was Wang Chung, whatever I was thinking. And the big guy goes, who the fuck is Wang Chung?
Wait, he means like a guy named Wayne? Wang Chung?
He just, again, didn't hear anything I said. Right. He just go, who the fuck Wang Chung? And then they did one of those things where when you get off stage where you go to the management, you're like, why wasn't that table put to sleep? Yeah. Like seriously, like how, at what point? And then they had a risks versus they're like, dude, they were right in the middle. And we realized that if we went over there and got rid of them,
it's 8 people leaving at one time, 8 checks.
It could have got crappy, fast, but it was just, then I was mad, of course. I was like anger. And then I went back to my, the little green room. And then I was like, you know what, dude, to myself, I'm like, for the last year and a half, we've been, I did Zoom shows where I looked at a microphone with a red line through it and not even people's cameras on, where I literally looked at, my screen doing a Zoom show that like even that interaction with those just dumb people. Yeah. I was like, I should be grateful. This is like, you know what I mean? Like, well, I'm at a real comedy club. And
how long? I mean, that cooling down period. I still get mad thinking about dumb people who've pissed me off during a set and ruined the set because they got to me, because they made me mad. Yeah. Not because they're smart, but but I let them make me mad, thereby ruining the set, thereby victory for them, defeat for everyone. And that's, but you somehow pulled it together, right? You got back on the 80s church bit.
No. So that, and then they would go like, so then I would hear them laughing. Like I would hear them
they're laughing at dumb shit they're saying at the
and
table.
then I would even throw out olive branches going, listen, a lot of you been in yoga pants for 2 years and just you're used to just with your feet up and you don't know how to. We have their social norms, and there's a way you act in public that now that we're in public again, we should just try to do that just as a society.
Yeah,
and they would hear the guys laughing, and then they would just switch off. Then I was guessing they're like what they're in. The lady, the Eeyore chick, and she's talking to me. I'm like, I can't handle you. I go, I could tell you're Xanax and wine woman. You're impossible. You're not hearing any of this.
I'm picturing this lady with an Eeyore shirt.
Why bother?
And I know exactly the type of person you're talking about because I've seen them. Who wears that?
Well, what kind of pants you had. Again, now this is where maybe I get canceled. This isn't a thing. If this is your outfit, that's great. But, Eeyore. She had the, like, not even yoga pants, like the, real tight, whatever.
Not terry cloth.
The tight pants. Yeah. But
they're a little bit loose.
What loose, but they like fold like at her gut. They like fold up. I didn't look to see if she was wearing slippers, but there's probably a chance she had slippers on and smelled like cigarettes. And they go.
Did they follow you?
1994 F-150 drove home.
John, did you sell merch at the end of this show?
I did not. My buddy Matt Berg did.
Did they say anything to Matt? Did they come up to the table?
Nope.
Did this guy want to follow you? I mean, because I don't want to get.
I know. No. So that's what he said. I said something, and then he go, whatever. Oh, I said something about fighting big guys. How I'm not afraid of it. Yeah, right. Like, okay. but keep in mind, I'm trying to be friendly and lighthearted as I talk about fights.
Yeah.
Right. And then, I go, if we're going to fight, I mean, like, I have to decide if I'm going to be a gentleman. Do I let you take off your dumb fucking Marlboro jacket? Or do I let you, I go, the fact that you're wearing a Marlboro jacket shows me how many points you had to smoke to get that jacket. So you got about 3 seconds of oxygen in your body before I just beat your dumb. Then it turned into that, but I thought the Marlboro references were funny. I'm still being right.
But you're putting threats in there of beating and dumb, and it's okay. Yeah. So he's got.
Not if I follow you home.
Yeah. Okay.
And then because after I did the whole thing about living on a farm and stuff, I go, follow me home. I go, I have a lot of acres. You can decide what plot you want to be buried in. I said something like, just, try to be tough. And it just does not work with me. I watched too much, we've been talking. I watched too much of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Where I kind of have that, I wish I could have just talked to him
like Kevin Costner.
You follow me home and I'll watch you die. I've seen a lot of people die and it don't bother me a bit. Just
that's good. That's a good impression.
I won't lose any. Well, there's but you haven't seen the prequel yet. That's Sam Elliott. He's kind of got that attitude. He's like, we killed 5,000 people in one night, and I used my rifle. And when I couldn't kill them with my rifle, I went to my pistol. And then when I couldn't kill them with my pistol, I used my sword. When I couldn't use my sword, I used my boots. So you think me killing you is going to keep me up at night? You got the long thing coming. And then he just walked away.
That's pretty good, man. That's good.
Yeah, dude. So
which one do you like? All right, so you are ahead of me in Yellowstone. I'm only on season 2, episode 2 or 3. We tried to watch a little bit last night after watching the Panther game, and I kind of dozed off. But we're going to get back into it tonight. I haven't even started the other one, 18, whatever it is. So you tell me, does it matter which one? Do I need to wait for all of Yellowstone to be done before I start the 18-something or other, or can I watch them separately? Go, John Heffron.
Man, that's almost like the apple pie thing. Now, watch them because there's not a lot of spoilers in the 18 because it takes place so long ago. You just assume, right? They're no longer with us. Watch all of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Because, you're starting to learn from Yellowstone. It's about the land. And then you go back to see the very first, whatever their last name is, Sultan or something, that is looking for the land for the first time. So it's kind of cool. So finish Yellowstone, then go back to but here's what a dork I am. I looked up online Yellowstone clothing and I found a website that sells every Yellowstone jacket. Every jacket you see every dude wearing and women too.
Yeah. Okay,
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish that thought and I got to say something.
You can buy the clothes. I found the website that you can buy those jackets because every one of those jackets, even though they're
Last episode of Country-ish, I said I was in Kentucky. I did a gig in Lexington, Kentucky, comedy off Broadway. There was a family to my right, and I swear it looked like they were purposely dressing up as characters from Yellowstone. Now I see it all the time. During Christmas, my son, my girlfriend's son, he showed up in a cowboy hat that he got for Christmas. He had a belt buckle. There were new boots. I'm like, we're all doing it, man. Everyone's dressing up. Yellowstone attire, even if you don't maybe like the show, I love the way that they dress in that. And it's all about layers. It must be very cold in Yellowstone because they've got layers on layers.
Dude, so you've been to my house before. That's how all my neighbors dress.
Okay.
But it looks so, I'll send you the website. It's badass.
Yeah, I need to see it because I want some of that. I want a vest.
Yo, the vest. Dude, it's just something that I got no. But here's the character. Oh, how can I be a fanboy and I don't even know the guy's name? The main ranch hand.
Well, the badass one, Flick. Is it Flick or it's not Flick? Is it Flick?
Not Flick. That's from Christmas Story.
Oh, yeah.
Flick.
Well, y'all leave it in the comments section. You know what I'm talking about. It's got an ick in it, right? Rip.
Okay, thank you. And somebody just put, "Hey, John, I love hearing you join the conversation again."
About Yellowstone, I think is what they mean.
You don't think that I've been in podcasts before where I've been sitting there? You think you wanting me to talk less is going to keep me from sleeping at night? But Rip is the dude. I just wish I had 2% of how tough that guy is.
Yeah,
he doesn't fuck around. Like even when he's arguing with his girlfriend, I don't know. I don't want to be a spoiler, but even when he's talking the thing, it's not. There's no long relationship talks. He kind of says like he's very stoic, and then he can beat the shit out of people.
I think he's the best actor on that series because he's so believable and badass in that role as that guy. And for all I know, he could be from London, England. Who knows?
Right? He was like, "All right, and I won't desire to."
But you know who I think he reminds me of when I'm watching it? You've seen Young Guns, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Remember Pat Garrett, who was once Billy the Kid's friend? But then he turned into the cop that had to hunt him down and kill him.
Yeah, they went to his house, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So listen to that guy talk and listen to Rip talk. They have a very similar cadence and they pronounce words similarly. And in my brain, I'm thinking that's Pat Garrett's son, probably. I'm wondering if this dude's related, not the character, I mean the actual actor, if they're related in real life, because there's kind of look alike a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert for if you haven't watched Yellowstone, which you should, because
wait. How are you going to spoil this for me, dude?
No, I wasn't going to say spoiler alert to you, the people listening who haven't watched it.
Okay.
I was going to ask you where you like the major, what's a major thing? Listen, you're only on episode or season 2. What's the major plot point you're at right now? So I don't make sure I don't go ahead of it.
The major plot point is the son has moved back in with the dad.
Okay. Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
Like the son,
there's 3
long-haired, the long-haired one.
Yeah,
that's the one who's like I don't like about the series is like him and his wife's story.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like, have you seen that? It bores me. Like that's the only, like you know how you know how what's the woman your friend's name? Ruth Ann that we're just talking about.
Roseanne Henshaw. Are you talking about
Rosebud?
Rosebud, yeah.
Okay, so that guy and his wife talking is to me what I am to Rosebud to you. Wait, does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what I got it halfway during your sentence and I started laughing. Okay.
So
I don't think well, it's so I mean well, in a weird way that's the crux of it's the middle of the whole story of, you got your Native Americans versus the ranchers, and then he's the guy in the bridge in the middle and his wife. I mean, that's a very important part of it. I mean, you kind of need that. That's a major part of it.
That's true. It just, I don't know.
But you're saying as actors, they kind of bore you. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know if that's what you mean.
Yeah. I would just want, like, being in Cleveland on stage, being Rip would have been cool. Or Sam, but you haven't seen 1880 or whatever that show is yet.
Yeah, it's a great show. I can't wait.
Talking to you. I'm done. Right. Table 2. I'm done talking to you.
Yeah,
I've done jokes on stage, and when I don't get laughs, I switch to physical comedy. And when physical comedy doesn't get laughs, make fun of me. Yeah.
You don't put your cowboy hat on the bed, and you don't wear an Eeyore shirt to my damn show.
There's only two type of women who wear Eeyore.
What'd I say, Eeyore?
All right, I don't even know it.
All right. Dude, this hour has flown by. It's
wait, we got watch totals. Yeah. We'll put that watch back up there.
Oh, please. Yeah, how much is the watch?
Alan, if you want to show that back up there. Wait, should I show you on eBay what I paid for it, or should I just tell you? What's a better...
I think you showing it or telling us will be better because it might be hard to get the picture in time. I don't know. What does the audience want? What do you think, Thoyer, Jones, Tammy?
Okay, it just went up, by the way.
Oh, someone just said $350 for the watch. That was from Something World. The font's so tiny on this Wise Cats World.
Somebody was okay.
I said, just tell us, says Thoyer. Oh, here we go. We've received 100 messages today with. Oh, that's somebody else.
So
don't care. Just tell us.
How about this? Above 250.
Oh, Wiccan Woman. It's above 250. Wow. I said $57. Alan said
$5.
I said it's one or the other. It's either, and I thought 50 was a lot.
Hey, John Heffron, I found an eBay listing for this watch that has just recently sold. Did you buy it from eBay?
I believe so.
He said eBay in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got it. I've got it pulled up on the screen. I can show what it went for, I think.
Wow. It's above 250.
Wait, does it have my what does it show? Does it show who bought it?
No, it just says that the listing was ended by the seller because the item is no longer available. But I mean, it's got the price on there. I don't know if that's what it sold for. You might have been the one that bought it. I mean, it's the exact same
that's what I'm thinking. This could be the very. Okay. Alan, how much is it?
Can I put this up and then you can tell us if it's more or less than this, okay?
Okay, put it up.
All right, yeah.
Hold on.
What's it?
Let's see.
Oh, wow.
All right. So just tell us.
Whoa, $360.
Was that you, John?
Hey, guy, my internet, I think, is getting really.
Oh, he's embarrassed.
Bad.
He's pretending that his internet's going out just before we can give him crap for paying $360 for a watch from 1981.
But it's very good condition.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, look, whatever makes you happy, John. That's
right. Listen, I don't do crack. I don't do heroin. I could have spent that money just on.
Yeah.
Right. I don't gamble.
Yeah. By the way, you're sitting on a gold mine with the comic books you just recently found.
Dude, it's all there.
So this is you celebrating that.
I'm going to flip that. Watch that. I'm going to get it. I'm going to I'm going to play one game and listen to the song and go, okay, that was a good memory, but now it's over. And I'm going to flip it.
I love it.
It's a good watch, though.
Yeah, listen, there was two things I was going to throw out at you, but I don't think we need to because I like the way this episode has gone, and it will only make you upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
we don't need that.
Save it for next time. Or just do something. Because what I kind of want to do on this show from time to time is watch a video that's trending or whatever that everyone maybe has seen except for you or me, and we watch it and experience it together in real time without have seen it previously. No staged sort of opinions, just like, what, is this?
Yeah. I felt we had good content. I think we learned that you are in La Jolla at the Comedy Store this weekend, which is important. Right. I think we learned that I am at Charlie Goodnight's in Raleigh, North Carolina, visiting my brother who lives in
Benton,
that area. So I'm kind of a local, really, if you want to support local comedians. I mean, I got family there.
It's his brother's land, and you ought not be crossing the damn line.
You think I'm going to give you 1 inch of this stage? That happened at Charlie Goodnight's. One of the second maddest I've ever gotten on stage. So when you go and see me this weekend, when you go to Raleigh, you'll see that the stage is way higher than the audience. But there's a front row where people eat there. This woman she ate her chicken wings, and then she took her plate of chicken wings and set it onto the stage. Mm-hmm. And so while I was talking, I looked down, I saw just an empty plate of bones. Wings just on the plate. And that just showed me how much she respects just, you know what I mean? To put it on a stage. And I literally got so pissed. I flicked the whole plate back at the table.
Did it hit chicken bones?
Made as much. I flicked it, and then I'm like, what? I acted like I didn't see it because it ever do a show where they somebody puts their purse on the stage or their feet.
Yeah, the feet. I saw a guy kick the guy's feet off the stage at that very club because he was all leaned back with his feet propped up on the stage. And the comedian goes like, "Oh, hey, dude, are you a comedian?" He goes, "No." And he goes, "Well, get your fucking feet off the stage." And he kicked his feet. I was like, "Oh, we're going to get in a fight."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it's just, hey, guys, we love you. Appreciate you watching. Come to our shows and be nice. You can be a
Real
Patreon
quick, John, before you go.
Yeah.
I feel like I have an idea for us. I'm going to say just the one sentence. You say, I'm interested, not interested. And then I'll move on. And then we'll talk about the next thing.
All right.
I think we all should do a group. Follow me on this. Because I did it with Michelle, a group chair yoga class. Chair yoga. You sit in the chair.
Oh.
And you do yoga. It's for older people. But
I can get behind this.
It's also for people who sit in chairs who are doing office work or if you're on a plane. And I figure we could do one. Everybody here can jump on the link and we all just sit. We don't have to we're not going to a yoga mat. We're not laying down.
Okay.
You'll do it with me. Michelle will teach it. And we'll all just meet up one day and we'll just do it once.
I'm down.
I know.
I'm down for this idea. And then maybe we'll branch out to recliner yoga where we can use a recliner. I mean, there's many different types of chairs. I like it.
Dude, there's a lot. We can.
By the way, I've been slacking. I haven't done any kind of workout. I mean, I went to Planet Fitness once in the last month and I haven't done yoga. I need to get back on it. So this is a good way to get me back.
Right, we do. So it'd be chair. We can even do it later. We could do it for a Monday show. We don't even have to have a special time.
Okay.
We could talk through it.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I wonder if we could actually interview people during the chair yoga. Have someone pop in "Oh, tell me about your chair. Where are you?" I mean, how many people can we get on here? Like a real class, and we see a bunch of faces.
Yeah. We'll look into it. All right.
Okay, and also, I think if we've learned anything, if you got a stupid Eeyore sweatshirt, throw that thing away.
Eeyore, why bother?
Eeyore.
Why? Oh man, everybody's all educated. My Eeyore sounds exactly like Sam Elliott.
Oh yeah, your Eeyore's kind of badass.
Now listen. When I went for honey and I couldn't find it in a tree, I found it in the bush. And when I couldn't find it in the bush, I found it at a grocery store. So if you think you taking my honey is going to stop, then
it's such a great soap opera for dudes our age.
Or Christopher Robin around here one more time. I'm going to take that piglet and I'm going to shove it so far up your ass. Tigger isn't going to know what happened. I don't know. That was weird. Sam Elliott does Winnie the Pooh. Don't do impressions, but come on. It's got to be a first.
You got the good raspy thing going there. I like it.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, John Heffron. Thank you, the Alan Jackson. Please go to heffronandreep.com. Why don't you check it out? We built a website for you. Why don't you go there from time to time and like something and share it, and then write a review. We need new reviews on Apple Podcasts, so do that, and that'll help us out. Right?
That's right.
So how do we end this one?
For the rest of my life, I'm just going to talk like this. That is a Space Invader watch.
I like it.
Since you love the Heffron and Reep show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, you know. They, Heffron and Reep, have low self-esteem. So please validate them by ranking them and making them seen. So no matter